All right, today we're going to apply what we looked at yesterday with I and N. So I'm just reminding you of the key ideas here. The equation for the current amount in a bank account paying compound interest looks like this. P is the principal, that's the starting amount. I is the interest rate per compounding period, and N is the number of compounding periods. All right, so here's our question. Adam opens a bank account with a $1,000 deposit. That's his principal. Okay. His account will pay 2.1% per year. We're going to write an equation that shows the current value of the account. Okay. So I'll just start by calling the current value A. So the principal was what he started with. That's going to be 1,000. And then you got to do 1 plus the interest rate divided by the number of compounding periods in a year. Okay, so 2.1, put that as a decimal, divide by 100, so that's 0.021. It's compounded monthly. I should have said that. It doesn't say that. It should say that. Compounded monthly. I won't forget next time. You need to know the compounding period. Okay, so compounded monthly, which means we have to divide by 12. Okay? And then N we can just leave as the exponent. If you're putting this in your calculator, of course, A would be Y, N would be X. I am so totally fine for you to just leave it like this. Okay? But if you want to do the decimal, I'm going to show you what to do. Okay? Because if you miss out, if you leave some decimals out of your equation, you can get really different answers. So I just want to show you. To do 1 plus 0.021 divided by 12. Okay. Write out all of those decimals. Do not do any rounding at all. Like if you rounded this to 1.0, the question wouldn't make sense. He would have $1,000 in his account forever. That's not a good bank account. Okay. So again, I'm totally fine if you leave it like this. If you are going to combine it, make sure you write down all your decimals. Cool. Now let's do something with it. We're going to determine the amount of interest earned in 5 years. Okay, let's do it with the formula, and then we'll do it with the calculator or graphing. Make sure we get the same thing. So we have all this. I'm just going to leave it like this because I like it. We just got to know what N is now, what the exponent's going to be. So 5 years, compounded monthly. Remember, N is the number of compounding periods. We saw yesterday that you got to take the number of times it's compounded per year times the number of years. So N's going to be 60 in this question. Okay, if you write this into your calculator just like that, it's going to work. So I'm going to write 1,000 brackets 1 plus 0.021 divided by 12. Okay, to the power of 60. And we're going to get 1,110. It's a bank account, so I'm going to round to the nearest cent, 61. Okay, that's how much money's in the account. The question asks for the amount of interest earned. Okay, interest is how much was added. He started with 1,000, so you just have to subtract that initial amount. So it's going to be 1,110, 61. Subtract what he started with. So he has earned $110.61 in interest. I hope that makes a bit of sense. All right. Now we're going to find out how much time it takes for him to earn $200 of interest. Okay, so a time, that's an x value. So we're going to have to do an intersect with our calculator. Let's graph this stuff. So we are going to graph this, or this, whichever one you prefer. Okay, so put this into y1. Make sure you close the bracket. If you put to the power of x inside the bracket, it's going to be no good. Okay, so this is going to be an exponential curve that shows the value of the bank account. All right, I'm going to mess with my window settings right now just to make sure it's all good. X is the number of months. So maybe we want to go up to 20 years. I don't know, that'd be 240 months. 100 would probably be fine. We'll see. I'll go to 240. I don't want to change this again and again. Y min, he starts at 1,000 and it just goes up. Maybe I'll start just below 1,000, but you could start at 1,000 be fine. We want to see him earn $200 interest, so we'll go up to at least 1,200. I'm gonna go to, I don't know, let's go up to 2,000. See if he can double this. All right, let's graph, see what it looks like. So I've got some dots from regression we did earlier. I'll turn those off because they're not going to help me right now, but there's his bank account, slowly earning money. Let me turn my stat plot off. Oops. Okay. So that's his bank account earning money. We want to find an X value. We want to find out how much time it takes for him to earn $200 in this account. Remember, he started at 1,000, so $200 interest will be a value of 1,200 bucks. That's what we're going to intersect with. All right, so we get 104.3, but remember, that's compounding periods. This is compounded monthly, so it's 104 months. I'm way more interested in years, so that's about 8 2/3 years. So we'll say 8 years. I should show this to you as well. This does not mean 8 years and 6 months. It's 8.6 years. You'd have to do a bit of math. 8 years times 12 is 96 months. So this is 8 years plus 8 months. Okay, so in a multiple choice question, I would probably write it like this.